Are you a designer who's looking to earn more money and have less stress in your work life? Well, today we're going to talk about niching, and this is a great way to earn more money, have less stress, and develop your career. So let's get started. Recently, I have committed to a niche. I think that every designer should niche. And let me just talk through first the reasons why we niche, the benefits, how it can progress your career. But at the end of this video, I'm going to tell you about what my niche is and why I decided to go with that niche and the factors that I considered so that you yourself can decide what your niche might be. Let's begin by talking about why do we niche? What are the benefits of having a niche? Well, first of all, when you're niching, you're developing expertise in a certain type of client, their problems, and a certain industry. Now, this is going to help you become an expert at what you do. Before anything else, people pay for experts. Your expertise is worth people's money and time. People would rather work with an expert to solve their problem, especially if it's a big problem that they really care about, willing to pay someone good money and respect your time. So this is the first part of niching, is you're going to become an expert, which is always a good thing in your career. Now, the second part of this point is that by becoming an expert in doing your type of work and working with your type of client, the work becomes easier. This is really important to lower your stress, because if you're constantly taking on different projects from different clients and different niches, then you're going to have to be learning constantly new tools, new methods, new types of design, new types of development, and it's going to be more time consuming and more stressful to run these projects. If you're niching and you start to get an idea of what the client needs, their problems, how to work with them, and you can start building a system and a process around this type of niche, things just become a lot more smooth and streamlined in your business, which makes you less susceptible to stress. And of course, this also means you can deliver the project in a faster time frame. Now, another key benefit of niching is your network. Business is largely a network and referral game, and over 80% of business is generated through referrals. And where the niching comes into this is that if you develop a reputation among a certain circle, community, niche, that you're the person to go for this type of design or this type of platform, then word's going to get around about you, and you're going to get a lot more referrals and a lot more business, because people know that you're the expert, but people also understand that this is something that you specialize in, and people know that. They're able to refer you. So niching is also an added benefit in that your network is going to become a lot more specialized, and you're going to be able to get more referrals too. Now, the top companies in the world, they don't go to hire freelancers or designers on Fiverr, Upwork. They actually ask their network, their other partners and contacts, hey, who's a really good designer that can help us out with this project? They're not going to go to hire a freelancer from a random site, because they want to work with quality freelancers and quality designers, so they ask around their network. So if you want to be working with the top clients, the best clients, then picking a niche is going to help you with that as well. We've touched on why you might niche, the benefits, but let's talk about how you actually go about picking a niche, because you don't just want to choose a random niche. You want to actually think logically about this and consider certain factors about why you would pick this niche over another one. The first thing I want to note here is that you don't need to niche in what you're passionate about or your life's passion, okay? This is a myth. You don't need to be super passionate. I do recommend that you are at least a bit interested in the niche. Maybe you like to buy their products, maybe you have an interest in investing in that type of market, you're curious about it. Hey, it doesn't have to be your life's passion, but a little bit of interest does go a long way, because you want to have some interest in the niche aside from earning money. And so the second point is actually earning money. Can this niche afford to pay you well and you can charge high project prices? There's no point picking a niche that has no money, because you're not going to become wealthy and successful from it, and maybe you'll be happy, but I know that myself, I would always be thinking, damn, I could be charging a lot more if I was working with doctors or technology companies, the type of clients that can pay you good money. Use the amount of money that these clients have as a way to, relegate niches that aren't going to work because they just can't pay enough. Pick niches that they have good money. You also want to pick a niche that has a problem that you can solve, and that problem is actually a big problem. because even if a company has a lot of money, a big budget, they're not going to invest that money if it's a small problem. So you want to make sure that you're actually solving a sizable problem for that company so they can justify paying your higher project price. We've also got to think about the work here. Do you actually enjoy doing the work enough? You can't choose a niche that you absolutely hate doing the work, because eventually you could subcontract that, delegate that work, but generally when you start out in a niche, you're actually building these skills by doing the work yourself. So you have a good overview of how to actually run and manage a project, so that when you do come to build an agency or delegate that work, you have a full understanding of the project as it is. I would definitely say to you, pick something that the actual work itself interests you a little bit as well. Before I tell you what my niche is and why I chose that, let's talk a bit about when a designer might want to look at niching. Now, first of all, don't be pressured to niche, okay? I was really anxious to niche, and I thought I was the odd one out by not having a niche. And many of the designers do very well without niching at all. Take the first few years of your design career. Maybe you're still in design school, maybe you're just getting started the first 1 or 2 years. This isn't the time that you have to niche, okay? This is a time where you try a lot of projects, you're figuring things out, and you're allowing yourself to see what type of work that you actually enjoy doing. And it's through this process that you actually gain insight into what niche is going to work for you. Because there are definitely niches that just won't work for you because of a variety of reasons. Don't be rushed to find your niche, but I would generally recommend within the first 3 years of doing regular work that you actually pick a niche, or at least start working towards carving one out. Because by 3 years, you're probably going to understand what type of work you enjoy doing and basically all the factors I've just discussed with you. With that being said, what is my niche? So I have decided to niche with property agencies, real estate companies. Let me take you through why. Firstly, real estate companies have bigger budgets. They make money, they sell high-ticket products, property, so they have the ability to pay me well. But also they have a problem that I can solve, where a lot of these companies have old websites with bad UX, and as the digital age moves forward, people are now starting to look at property online. There's a problem that I can solve. I can build a beautiful modern platform for a real estate company. Now, as for the type of work, it really interests me. I really enjoy building property websites, how it works in Webflow, creating the databases, setting up the API. I love doing the design and making sure that everything looks beautiful. I enjoy working with the clients. So even though property isn't my life's passion, I'm not a real estate agent, otherwise I would have been, and I do one day want to build a property investment portfolio. So you can see that by niching in real estate, this is going to be a network, a sort of sector that I'm going to have contacts in through my clients. And so I'm going to get access potentially one day, 5 years, 10 years down the track, to deals that aren't on the mainstream market. I'm going to have friends that might be able to set me up and connect me with people who are selling property. So again, your niche can also serve you in your personal endeavors, your financial endeavors, your investment, because you're going to know well-connected people in this market. That was why I chose real estate and property. So what you can expect from this channel going forwards is I'm going to be talking, of course, about portfolios, but I'm also going to be doing videos about how I'm building my portfolio specifically for real estate to attract that type of client, and some of the ways that you can start niching on your portfolio website, okay? So stay tuned for some really cool upcoming content, and have a great weekend, and be in touch very soon. Ciao.